And it was to a point where I was making, you know, 40, 50, $60,000 a month. And it got to a point where it was like, this is too easy. Honestly, the hero in my whole journey is Jessica and the kids, because they could have made this real hard. I grew up with nothing. You know, some of you might have seen me talk about that in my videos. I grew up with nothing. I mean, you know, literally we were poor. I lived for a while as a child. We were homeless, literally in Queens, living on a park bench. And then COVID hit. Everything with COVID, and the market just went nuts. U.S. dollar took a big hit. Everything went crazy. We caught a swing trade from the top of that channel on GA all the way down. And so we ended up catching, I don't remember, it was like 4,000 pips. And actually my boss at the company, he got into IML. But I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna tell you really what's going on with IML, what happened with IML. I really got to a point where, you know, as a man of God, as a man of faith, you know what I'm saying, as a person who, I take my faith seriously, and I think, you know, the Bible tells us that our name is more valuable than riches, right? I did not feel comfortable because I was recruiting people, telling them to come in, we're gonna teach you how to trade. But I knew good and well, man, in the back of my mind, they weren't gonna learn how to trade from IML. I turned $1,000 into 30K in a couple months. But the truth was, that was the worst thing that happened to me. Have faith in your mind, have faith in your grind, invest in yourself, transform in your time. Have faith in your mind, have faith in your grind, invest in yourself, transform in your time. Trading get paid, trading get paid, trading get paid, trading get paid. I was just trying to find something, and I was working my property management job, and actually my boss at the company, he got into IML, and man, hey, hold up, bro, and I ain't talking bad about IML because I do appreciate the little start that I got there, but I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna tell you really what's going on with IML, what happened with IML. So IML, which later became IM Academy. You know, they had to rebrand. So I got into that company, and you know, I kind of got lucky. I turned $1,000 into 30K in a couple months. But the truth was, that was the worst thing that happened to me, because yes, I made the money, but I didn't even really know how I was doing it. You know, I was just pressing buttons. Mm-hmm. I mean, bro, they weren't really teaching you like that. They had a good academy, a little, you know, the basics, you know, support and resistance, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, I learned all the little basics from it. But, you know, after a little while, I didn't really learn how to trade because of IML, because I learned the basics, but nobody there was really teaching you risk management. Nobody was teaching, like, you know, how to guard your money management. Nobody, it was just basic strategies, you know. When this line crosses this line, jump in. When this dot does this, jump in. And it was all indicator-based strategies, and they were trying to get you to be dependent upon their tools, right? So they had this like harmonic scanner, and it was like supposed to be scanning for like reversal patterns. And that's what they were trying to make you dependent on those, so you needed their stuff so you wouldn't stop paying, right? And ultimately, they would basically try to get you to come in and recruit people. And I did, man. Honestly, I was just, because at the time, I just really wanted to make money, you know? So I got into it, and that's how I got introduced to Forex, and that's how I kind of started. And but I was working a job. I was doing that. I was still doing outreach. I was trading, learning at night, trading at London. I mean, I remember having a conversation with my wife where she was like concerned, genuinely looked at me in concern. She said, I don't know if you can sustain this, you know, because I was sleeping like 2 to 3 hours a night and just grinding like crazy. And she was very worried. And so I started to really consider what my options were. I was going to quit Forex. I really was just going to walk away from it. And because I wasn't learning. But I was growing a team. I had, you know, I was a Platinum 5000 in IML, and so they was paying me $5,000 a month. But here's what happened. I got to a point where and I'm not trying to bash IML. Like I Am Academy, that's really not that's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm just telling you what happened. I really got to a point where, you know, as a man of God, as a man of faith, you know what I'm saying, as a person who I take my faith seriously, and I think, you know, the Bible tells us that our name is more valuable than riches, right? Ruby, silver, and so I did not feel comfortable because I was recruiting people, telling them to come in. We're gonna teach you how to trade. But I knew good and well, man, in the back of my mind, they weren't gonna learn how to trade from IML, you know, unless I taught them. Because here's what happened. At first, all the products were hitting, everything was good, but after a while, all the real traders left. Not all, I can't say all. A lot of the real traders left. And the guys who were running everything were not really traders. They were marketers. They were recruiters, and they were good at that. But they were not traders. So on my team, you know, from my downline down, I was the only one really trading. Me and one other person was trading, and everybody else wasn't nobody really trading. Everybody was just marketing. And so everybody in my team, me and my partner, you know what I'm saying, at the time, we were training everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so basically we were doing all the work. And so we just decided we was done. We were out, you know. So we left IML. I started doing my own Telegram group. And then we ended up, you know, through a series of events. Here I am. I got TGP. You know, we grew up, you know, built up a little bit now. And now we got TGP website and all that kind of stuff. But that's really how it happened, man. I got introduced to IML. So honestly, I can't really throw shade at IML like that because I appreciate the start I got. And I appreciate the fact that I was exposed to this income and to this skill set and to what what got me started. But, you know, so I don't want to throw shade at them. But at the same time, you know, it got to a point where I did not feel that the company was going to really help people trade the way they said they were. So I just said, if I'm the one training them, then I might as well do my own company.